Today we're going to discuss a very common question that comes up. If I've moved to a new employer and I have my I-140 approval with an old employer, is it still possible to file the adjustment of status because now my priority date is current or about to be? So Raul, if you are working for, let's see, company A, have the labor and I-140 approved. Now you've moved to company B, and your priority date with company B becomes current, but they've not filed a labor certification yet. Is it possible to still file the 485 through company A?
Yes, absolutely. Company A can still file the 485 for the employee, even though the employee is not working for the company.
So you don't have to actually work for the company for them to file?
No, you don't have to work for the company A. They can still file the 485 application though.
And why is that?
Well, the rule is very clear, Emily, that the USCIS regulations are very clear that it is the offer of employment that counts, not whether or not you're actually employed with the company. So it doesn't matter if the person is working, has worked, has never worked for the company, they can still file the 485 if the priority date is correct.
All right, well, what if I have started out with company A, got my labor and I-140 approved, moved to company B, got a new labor, new I-140 approved, and I ported the priority date from company A to company B. Now I'm with company C. Can I still use company A's I-140 even though I took that priority date?
You absolutely can. If the company A still has the I-140 approval, you can still file the 485 with company A, even though you're working with company C.
All right. So company B's I-140 doesn't.
You can ignore. You can ignore. The company A's I-140 is still valid, and you can still file the 485 application.
Now, do I need to resign from company C and go back to company A in order for them to file the 485?
It's up to you. You want to, you can. If you don't want to, you want to continue working with company C and file the 485 application with company A, you can still do that.
All right. What if company A withdrew my I-140? What are my options then?
You can still file the 485 even if the company withdraws the I-140, Emily. You can have them file an I-140 again, and they can file the 485. Now, here is a good thing, Emily. When they file the I-140 again, they don't have to go through the labor certification process. They can file the I-140 and still file the 485 application with company A.
So they're just using that old labor to resurrect the I-140.
You're absolutely right.
All right. What if my employer doesn't want to pay the company that's sponsoring me, company A, my old employer? What if they don't want to pay for the I-140 or 485? Can I pay those fees?
Employee can pay for the I-140 and 485. They can pay the legal fees. They can pay the filing fees. Absolutely, employee can pay.
All right. Now you've said I don't have to go back to the company to file the 485. But what about when I get the green card? Do I have to go back to them?
You can if you want to, and if you don't want to after you get the green card, you don't have to. Remember that, Emily, it's the offer of employment that is getting the employee the green card. So if they choose not to go to, that will not cause any problem. A lot of people ask this question to me, will it cause any problem? Will they revoke my green card? Will there be any problem in the citizenship? No, it's only the offer of employment. If you don't join, it's okay.
Now, all of this is assuming it's a valid, legitimate offer of employment.
Of course.
And that at the time of filing, you do intend to go to work for that company.
And then you change your intention later on. That's what a lot of people do. I mean, I do have a lot of New Year promises. I break them. At least most of them I do.
All right. So what if I filed my 485 with my old employer? It's been more than 180 days. Can I file the 485J to move to my current employer?
That is employer B? Absolutely. You can move it to company B on 485J supplement. Not a problem.
And I still never have to go to work for company A?
No, you don't have to.
Now, what if my current employer, company B, is actually working on the perm right now? Can I still go with company A? Because it's going to take 18 months to 2 years for me to get my perm.
Yeah, you can still file the 485 application with company A, and company B can still work on the perm application. Those two doesn't interfere with each other, Emily.
Okay. Will my current employer know that I filed the 485 with an old employer?
Unless you go tell him. He won't know. Just because you file a 485, you're under no obligation to inform the employer B that you filed a 485 application with company A. But if you want to inform him, that's up to you, but they don't come to know unless you inform them.
All right. Now, we already know if I file with company A and I'm currently working for company B, you can use the supplement J to port to company B after 180 days, assuming the jobs are similar. Can I port to company C after 180
So
days?
485 has been filed with company A, you're working with company B, and you want to port to company C. Absolutely, you can do it after 180 days.
Even though I never joined company A?
Even though you never joined company A. You're absolutely right, Emily.
What if my H-1B is with company B and I file the 485 based on company A's I-140? Can I travel?
On company B's H1B, absolutely you can travel. It will not cause any problem for your 485. It will not cause any problem for EAD. But Emily, one thing is that there is a chance that the advance parole, if it's pending though, it may be denied. You can refile the advance parole. But just because you're traveling will not harm your 485 application, will not harm your EAD at all. Just the I-131, also called as advance parole, need to be refiled.
What if I need to go for visa stamping with company B? Aren't they going to know that my 485 is not even with my current employer?
That's fine. You can still go and get the stamping with company B as long as you have the job with company B. As long as you're working with company B, you can still go and get the stamping with company B and come back.
Does it impact an H4 EAD at all?
The H4 EAD is independent. They still, since you're maintaining the H1B, they can still continue working on the H4 EAD as usual, even though you file the 485 with company A.
All right, so if I've got my I-140 approved with company A, currently working with company B, perm process, I just got my prevailing wage. My date becomes current in May, May 1st. What's my best option?
Well, if you still have not filed the 485, just because you got the prevailing wage, you don't know how long it's going to take at the labor certifications. 6 to 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. Who knows if a prior date is going to be current in future or not? If I were you, if I get the opportunity to go with company A, file the 485, file it. Anytime anyone gets legally to file the 485, they should take the opportunity to file the 485. Now, the reason is that the priority dates, Emily, they move forward, back and forward, back and back, because sometimes it may take 9 years to move 1 day. Sometimes they move 1 year and 1 month. It's very hard to predict. But once the person is in the 485, after 6 months, for them to change the employer, to switch the jobs, to get an EAD advance parole, it's so easy. So I want people to take advantage of the previous company's I-140 if they are willing to cooperate to file the 485 under our circumstances.
All right, anything else that you can think of?
The only thing is that people need to contact their older companies to make sure that the I-140 is active. If the I-140 is withdrawn though, they have to refile the I-140. That's the main thing that I'm looking forward for if the I-140 is withdrawn. A lot of people are hesitant. I don't know why. Oh, I'm working with Microsoft. I have a I-140 approval with ABC Consulting Company. I'm making $500,000 with Microsoft. Company A, the perm labor is only $80,000. How can I justify it? Well, you can easily justify it. Believe me one thing, guys, when you don't have a green card and somebody is offering the green card, I'm going to take the pay cut. Tell me, Emily, if I have to get the green card, if they tell me, if I don't have the green card, they tell me to roll like a dog, I will roll like a dog, and I want to get the 485 done. So just file the 485, you will get independence in 6 months. So even though you're making $500,000, the job offer is only $80,000, it's easy to justify. Why do you want to go join the $80,000 job? Simple, because I want my green card. That's good enough. A lot of people are confused about it that, oh, I'm making so much money. Doesn't matter. You can still go and accept a job offer, which is way less than the previous job.
Have you ever had an officer ask you why someone is going back to their old company or why they're taking a pay cut?
There are some officers that I've seen them asking the questions. More than the officers, though, it's the employees who do this. They ask me, out of maybe 100 or 150 cases, maybe there's one employer who asks you, why are you taking this $80,000 job when you're making 300? Only 1 or 2 officers have seen it. But it's more the employees are paranoid about it.
All right, well, we hope you found this helpful. And if you have more questions, you can always comment on our video.
Thank you.